Monsters.
I actually can't believe you didn't wear your Halloween pajamas for this one.
It's too fucking hot. If I could be naked and recording, I would be. So, actually, I probably could.
Yeah.
You can't
Sleep below the waist.
Yeah, I am sitting in front of an open window, so that's like the only thing keeping me
I mean, you could just
from
close the
getting
window.
naked. But then I'm in the dark.
That's fair.
Hello, and welcome to My Top Everything. I'm Marion.
I'm Cara.
And I'm Mara.
And this is a podcast where the three of us, best friends, argue about anything and everything. And we're going to do my top 3 monsters that could make a marriage last today. The question everybody has been asking. I know it's been on your mind and my mind.
Been weighing heavily on me for the last 48 hours.
Probably on Bella Swan's mind.
Shit.
Any updates? In our last podcast, top 3 most annoying TV leads, we talk about how Ray Romano's a nice guy, and they were like, wait, maybe we shouldn't say that without
Don't
research.
look him up.
And then I said maybe there'll be an update. I looked him up, and at least from what I could see, there was nothing untoward or bad about him. So the update is Ray Romano is safe, parentheses, for now. End of parentheses.
That's
Which is
great.
all you can really say about any public figure.
Agreed.
You can just tell that Cara's not even listening because usually she makes noises and stuff.
I know.
You told me my noises were annoying, so
After editing all the little gasps and everything, you are the most reactive person. And it is so obvious when you're not listening.
I got my third.
Yay!
Oh, wow. Great. Marion, do you want to go first?
Oh, do you want to rock, paper, scissors? I like that
I
idea.
do. Okay, on go.
Rock,
paper,
scissors,
shoot.
Go.
It was paper.
Okay, put your paper up next time into the
I
camera.
thought it was in there. I was looking at you. Okay, rock, paper,
scissors.
go.
Shoot.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, go. Nice. Okay, you go first.
No,
Or are we doing it?
Loser goes first, dude. Loser goes
Okay.
first. Why would I go first? Because I won.
Because you won.
That doesn't make
that's
sense.
How
We're not competing. Nobody wants to go. That's why we're doing it in the first place.
Yeah.
That's how we did the number.
I know,
thing,
because-
if you
and-
got
yeah.
the right number.
Yeah, Cara was whack for that because it should have been the loser. But no, if you win rock or paper scissors, I would say whoever wins gets to decide. I think that's the general rule. They can decide if they want to go first. So you can go first.
Okay. My number 3 on my list of 3 monsters that would make a marriage last is Dracula. He is a shapeshifter, so things would be kept a little interesting. He can literally give me eternal life.
Wait.
If he wants to.
Sorry, 2 things.
Yeah.
One, did you say internal life?
Yes, she did.
No, I said it with an... Yeah, I did. I have it spelled with an E.
Oh, like E-N-T?
Yeah.
Not...
Not I-N. Internal. Eternal. No, eternal.
Yeah, there's no N.
Oh, I spelled entrail. I see it now.
How did that even happen?
Quite easily, if I'm being honest.
What would entrail life be? Can we
It
just
would be...
indulge that for a second? And also internal life?
You know how you have all these things living inside of your body already, and you have mites living on your skin? It's like that.
That's internal life?
Yeah, but it's like how you have probiotics to feed all your gut biome,
Yeah.
You got a shit ton of stuff living inside there. We make a whole universe in our little bodies.
It's so cute.
He would give you mini monsters.
Yeah. But not the mini monsters I want, So.
Kara's was that a euphemism?
No, for kids, not for sperm. You know?
And entrail life? What is
So-
that? What is entrails life?
Well, I think it involves a colostomy because maybe you just don't have entrails because you've gifted it to another I don't know.
Sorry, what is a colostomy?
Colostomy is where your intestines are no longer usable. And so instead of excreting out of your anus, you excrete out of this hole that they've created with the end of an intestine out of your like abdominal into a bag.
Gross.
This is a very nice way to say that.
Yeah, well, my grandma has one, and so that was a whole process.
Is that permanent?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yeah.
So you poop outside your body, but like not in a normal
No.
pooping outside of your...
Looks a little bit like an Audi belly button, if I had to describe it.
How big is it? Like quarter?
Like quarter.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
And then, your food's not really solid when it comes out. It's more like paste-like because depending on where it's at, your food's only like somewhat digested by the time it comes out.
I think they like rearrange
Interesting.
your intestines too to trying to make it last like longer so that your body takes longer to process it.
That makes sense.
So basically, you're creating another anus on a person.
Yeah.
Second anus.
Yeah.
Okay.
For whatever reason, in any of those things went wrong.
Well, both internal life and entrails life sound disgusting.
Yeah, not for me. I also think he would make a marriage last because he's got the power to hypnotize. And so on a darker side, he could just hypnotize his partner to be in love and to stay around, So
you're mad or unhappy or feeling sad or lonely with things that may not even have to do with him. And he just says, "Look into my eyes." The first thing he does is he hypnotizes you so you find that accent sexy or tolerable. And then he says, "You are relaxed. You love the dark."
Yeah.
No, but you're hypnotized to make it, that sounds good to you. So you can't go ugh to it because it sounds good. Oh,
So good.
Okay.
You're a good faker, Mara.
They'll never know.
Before you said internal, you said that he's a shapeshifter, so that would be interesting. But can he shapeshift into anything other than a bat?
I think he can, according to the book canon. I think he could shapeshift into anything he wants.
One moment, please.
I thought it was just the bat. But this is just popular. I don't even know if I've seen. Is there a movie Dracula?
There is. There's like 800 movies. And it's okay,
Do you know the most famous?
Is it called Dracula?
It is, but it's got a name in front of it that I feel like you would...
Count Dracula.
No, it's a person.
Caesar Dracula.
Do you know who wrote Dracula?
Vlad.
I feel like I should.
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay.
Fun.
Yes, indeed. The person who wrote Dracula, I won't say it in case we need a tiebreaker.
Bram Stoker.
It's
Bram
Bram.
Stoker?
Yes.
I did.
Did you look
do
it
know
up?
that. No,
And
I
it's
didn't.
Stoker.
That's what I said.
I never
You
knew
said
that.
Stroker. You said Bram Stoker.
Okay, so can he shapeshift into things that aren't bats, or?
Yes, he has shapeshifted into a wolf, a large dog, fog, or mist. So
Wow.
technically, he's kind of like a werewolf too.
Yeah, he's
He's got it
everything I
all.
want him to be.
I like that he can become mist. That's dope as hell.
He's also telepathic, you guys. So there's no questioning who's getting off the couch to grab something because it's his mind.
I feel like I would hate to be in a relationship with someone telepathic and they just knew
Oh,
everything you thought all the time.
not telekinetic. Shit.
You are
telekinetic.
You are on a roll today.
So he's not
Oh my
telepathic, he's
God.
telekinetic.
No, he's telepathic.
So that is what I said.
Oh, so you thought, okay, I get this. So you thought that he was telekinetic.
Yeah.
Because I was like, how, if you can read minds and you want a remote, how does that determine who's getting off the couch? But now I see.
Doesn't. Oh my god. Wow.
If anything, telepathic might be a negative.
Worse. Yeah, that's a con. Get out of my head. You don't need to be here. How can I be mean to you if you can read my thoughts? I guess that saves me the time of wasting the breath. You know, when you have thoughts that they shouldn't ever come out, and you're like, no one needs to be in there for those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think those are all my reasons why I think. Oh, also he's super strong, so he can pick me up without like me questioning it.
Yeah.
And like being like, are you tired? Are we done?
Are you bothered at all by him killing humans to suck their blood? Is that going to be a problem in the marriage?
Well,
What if
I
he
don't know
attacked
because
you?
I must. Well, I hope he attacks me. How else am I supposed to get eternal life? So.
Oh, so you're a monster.
You do like eternal
too.
life.
In this scenario, I think so, because if to make it last, we're talking about the all-powerful, all-timey,
Literally forever.
Yeah,
Literally
stuck. That might, yeah.
Do you think Edward was really happy? No. Sounds awful.
Oh my god, no.
I thought that was the only way to connect on that.
I'll just be losing all my morals. Is what I've discovered from this marriage.
Here's my counterpoint to Dracula.
Okay.
I'm interested in why he's third on your list or not higher, for example.
Yeah.
But that's not really my counterpoint. My counterpoint is that Dracula had 3 brides canonically.
Oh.
So what do you think about the fact that he wouldn't be making just one marriage last? He'd be making 3, 4. He'd be a polygamist.
Okay. So in this case, I think I would like it because this gives me a lot of, like, it's guaranteed free time for me to go fuck off and do what I want, unless I'm like not allowed to leave in this. No, I'm allowed to leave.
I've decided.
But also, I hate sharing. So I do think I would not.
I mean, he's basically a Mormon. Like, they're referred to as the sisters.
Yeah.
So that might get weird.
Or,
I mean, if we were the 3 wives, that would probably be okay.
No.
You don't think you would want to be married? Who would you want the other wives to be? You want to be best friends, or you want them to be like no one you care about ever? You just avoid them like the plague. Because you have to live with them forever too.
In my head, my first thought was doing something sexual. So
No.
Fun, really gross fact, you guys. So one of the brides is blonde. The other 2 are dark-haired like Dracula himself, and they have similar noses to Dracula. So some people think that it was Stoker's intent to indicate that these 2 were Dracula's daughters. Daughters. And so there was incest involved.
Oh, Mara. What have you gotten yourself into?
Mara, you have shacked up with an incestuous Mormon who can read your mind all the time.
Yeah.
I don't know about this one.
Okay, the prompt was to make a marriage last. Eat fucking hell. Eternal life. And hypnotizing me, so I always have to be there. That's lasting, baby.
Cara is trying so hard to do surreptitious research right now.
I'm writing my reasons.
Wow.
I'm so sorry.
You want to go, Marion?
Should we do another rock, paper, scissors between me and Cara to see who goes next?
Yeah.
Okay.
Best out of 3 on shoot.
No.
First one
Best out of
wins.
1?
Okay. First one to win
Best out of 1
on shoot, and the person gets to decide. Ready?
Okay.
Rock, paper.
God, you're slow.
Scissors.
Shoot.
Oh my god. Both did scissors.
Rock, paper, scissors, shoot.
Marion's got paper and Cara's got scissors.
Oh, yours came down. Hers came down so slow.
Just lose
Don't
like a
even.
Gracious person. Cara, do you want to go or do you want Marion to go?
Marion to go. No, I want to go. I want to go.
Oh, okay, perfect.
I don't like being last. Okay. My number 3 is Benny from Halloween Town. He's the skeleton that drives the taxi, if no one remembers. And I think
Yeah.
he's freaking great. He would be always funny. He would always have a joke, you know, ready to go. He's lighthearted. He's got a consistent job, so you know that he's always going to be bringing money in.
Yeah. No, that was good. I don't really have much to ask.
Perfect. That's the goal.
So Benny, huh? That's just it?
Benny from Halloween Town. He was a monster because somebody made him, so you can pick on that, I suppose.
Yeah, what's the definition of monster?
I looked
knew
it up.
this was going to
Thanks
come
for
up.
asking. It is. I think it might still be up on my browser. It is an imaginary creature that is typically large, ugly, and frightening. That's from the Oxford.
I feel like you could have real life monsters too.
An animal of strange or terrifying shape.
I looked it up and I think it was like non-human creature. What was it? Non-human creature that like causes chaos or pain or something along those lines.
I mean, Benny doesn't cause chaos or pain, but...
Did you see how scary he got when shit got real at Halloween Town?
Well, that's just because he was, what do you call it? When they get... He was possessed by the end. Like, everyone was cursed at the end.
So he's not inherently a monster.
Well, he was a skeleton.
Okay. You know, this is
the one I came up with 5 minutes ago.
2 and 1 are. Can't believe you were in a rush to go not last to tell us that choice. So.
Well, I didn't want. What I wanted is my number 1 not to be last, just in case this exact situation happened and there was silence, you know, which is my nightmare after I say my number.
Yeah. Thinking ahead. Good idea. I am going. So I also had on my short list any vampire. Basically, I agree with that. Like most vampires, I think could make a marriage last.
Yeah.
My number 3 is general with examples. Any dragon guarding treasure, I think, would be a good spouse. They're loyal. They have tons of money. They're an introvert, so they will take care of the home and the house, and you can go out and do whatever you need to do, and they'll be there chilling, waiting for you to get back home on their pile of, again, money.
Gold.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great real estate. Yes.
Counterpoint. 1, it's not their money. They're just guarding it for some wizard
It's their
or
money.
human or...
No, they stole it.
They stole
Cara.
the money,
It's
Cara.
theirs now.
It's their hoard. They've hoarded the money. Don't come in here trying to act like you know anything about dragons.
Oh my god.
This is embarrassing. How much dragon smut have you read?
I have seen the movie Shrek, and I have seen what's the other movie I was just thinking
and you're
about?
telling me that
and Harry Potter?
That the dragon in Shrek would not make a great spouse? She is like the epitome of great
that's
spouses.
not what I said. That's not what I said. I was going to say 2 things. 1, it's not always their money. And 2,
Incorrect.
they're very single-minded. They have one interest in life, and it is not you.
But they are lonely and they want love and affection. If anything, that's what Shrek's dragon taught us. Is they just want somebody to be coming and storming the castle for them, not for the princess.
Or is Shrek's dragon just like the one different dragon?
Well, we don't know because in all the other stories, no knight tries to have sex with a dragon.
Yeah, well, I can tell you from some research I've done in my previous life.
my previous.
Yeah,
in
I
your
think
evenings.
Dragons would make a great husband.
And they're hot.
Wife.
Literally, figuratively.
Yeah.
You will always have endless fire. Nobody's gonna mess with you because you have a built-in security system. And haven't even mentioned the best part. Flying.
Yeah.
I do wonder though, because they, you know, as they inherently hoard it, so like they are rich, but like how are they going to share that? very easily. I feel like might end up in a relationship where I have to justify all of my purchases. I can't be there.
Instead of like $1,000 minimum, it's like $1. You have to be like, I wanted a pack of gum.
The dragon views itself as the breadwinner, and it's like not really a joint account. It's like its account. Like, this is a good point.
I'm a little worried. My prenup will include a bank account for me.
I will say that I think that question depends on what you bring to the table. Can you convince the dragon that you are its utmost treasure? If you can, and it truly believes that your love and your adoration and the affection between you is the greatest treasure, then all the other treasure is just there to support this ultimate treasure.
There's a dragon shifter book out there like that.
Is there? Do you know the name?
For sure.
Why do dragons guard anything in the first place? Isn't it because it's shiny?
I don't.
One moment, please.
No, because it's gold.
Right. But why gold? Why not like a diamond or water?
Oh, they do. They hoard all types, not just gold.
Shiny things, right, though? So you'd have to be like decked out in like a tiara every day to make sure that you got protected, you know?
Oh no, I have to bling up.
Don't mind me with my brooches and my bracelets.
Yeah, my bad.
I could see you doing the brooch life, Mara.
Yeah, I love a good brooch.
God.
This is what somebody who has a website on berkeley.edu says.
Oh my God.
I don't really understand how they managed to get this website. It looks like it's from 2004. But it says, although dragons aren't materialistic by nature, they are attracted to beauty, wealth, prestige, and power. So if you are a very wealthy prince or princess, you are going to be in with this dragon. Like, they're going to want you, especially if you're pretty. And dragons know how to live the good life. And their generosity towards others, especially their admirers, knows no bounds. So you could really get in good with a dragon, but there's...
Sounds like you have to be previously rich or powerful
that's what I was
to get
say.
their attention. Keep the money in the family.
Or that they would like leave you like in a second if they met somebody richer, more powerful, more beautiful. You'd be competing with everybody all the time.
You would have to make yourself worth it. They could be a little flighty. They could be a little... But I do think... there's a joke there, flighty. I do think, though, that that's where the loyalty comes in, because they are loyal to their treasures and they will not let anything be taken from them. So as long as they continue to treasure you, you'll be okay. And I did look it up, but it's not clear why dragons love treasure so much. I think they just like things of value, but there's no like, oh, it's shiny things lore. So stop trying to make things up about dragons, Cara. That's what I'll say. That's the end of my thing. Between your slander about them guarding it for a wizard and only liking shiny things like they're fucking crows, that is racist. Okay?
You got to why don't you figure out the imagery for wizards? Nope. Dragons while you're working in Hollywood. Because that's how they portray dragons.
Oh, like you think I should go on a PR campaign for dragons?
Yeah. I think you should develop some sort of show or movie that depicts dragons in the correct light, because Harry Potter and Shrek are out here teaching me wrong.
I think a dragon shifter movie I would like a TV series that's 22 episodes long, 30 to 45 minute episodes, with like at least 7 seasons. I would watch that.
Yeah, that'd be good. All right, let's go to our number 2s.
My number 2 dreamy monster husband that could make this relationship last is Aragog from Harry Potter. He's the giant spider. Yes. Good things about him. He's a vegan or vegetarian for his kind, because his species has the taste for human flesh, and they eat human flesh, but he doesn't. And Hagrid is the only human that he won't eat on sight or like tell his children not to eat. But I feel like he's a good friend with, male friendships. I feel like those can be really difficult, and this is a lifelong bond here. So green flag. He is a family man. He literally has millions of children.
That's true.
So, and he's going to protect me in case of an intruder. Yeah, all good qualities here.
You could never hang out with two of our best friends ever again.
I mean, I could leave the forest.
Do you hear that, Anna and Jen? Mara's picking a huge spider over you. You could never have anyone over.
Oh my God. Speaking of, Jen's dad listens to this.
Ayo!
So.
Yes.
He calls us the knuckleheads. I love it.
I think that's a good one. Overall, I do think that he eats human flesh, though, for the record. He just doesn't eat Hagrid.
It's canon. He doesn't eat any human flesh. Because I looked it up to clarify. Because of his respect for human life.
He was raised by
Did
Hagrid.
you look at Aragog : HP rank down 3 - Reddit? Because that's where I actually see that now.
No, I'm on harrypotter.fandom.com.
Fair enough. The authoritative source.
I'm on Harry Potter Wiki.
Yeah, it is Harry Potter Wiki.
Nice. Yeah.
Is where, personality and traits. Does not eat human flesh.
Listen, I have no critique. That's a pretty good one.
Sick. Oh my God.
And you get to live in the forest, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I get to live out my cottage core life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
He's a good monster.
Good job, Mara.
I'm
gonna give you a point because there was no critique.
Shot.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
Good job. All right.
What's your number 2?
Yeah, let's critique this. Okay. My number 2 is the winged monkeys from The Wizard of Oz. They have a built-in friend network. There's just so many of them. They all hang out all the time. They've got tasks to do together. They he has a community. He's not one of those loners.
Which one are you?
The one
with?
that I choose when I get presented with all of them, apparently. Also, I'm apparently marrying them. This turned into us marrying these. This was not my intention.
I had to put myself, that was my mindset the whole time while picking monsters.
This was not my intention, but it's definitely morphed into that throughout this podcast.
I'm just, so you're just saying all the monkeys in general have the same vibe?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, all the monkeys. I mean, I don't know. They don't depict individual ones. There is a head monkey that hangs out with the Wicked Witch of the West. So, I'm going to choose him because he's got power, They also can very clearly see right and wrong because at one point, Glenda the Good Witch kisses Dorothy on the forehead. And that's why the monkeys don't hurt her, is because she's been touched by good. So, they see right and wrong. And in today's world, that's a good thing. And then they'll always do what you want if you have any control over them. You can manipulate the shit out of them.
Yikes.
Yeah.
When are they? Are they just another little creature that follows power? Or
no, because when
would they be following the witch and not you though? So it's kind of like a mother-in-law situation where.
Ew.
The witch is telling this monkey what to do, and the monkey is always going to prioritize the Wicked Witch over you.
Well, at the end of the movie, the Wicked Witch of the West dies, and then they help Dorothy, and they hang out with Dorothy. So I think once they're released from the Wicked Witch, they kind of do what they want.
If you can't handle them at their worst, you don't deserve them at their best.
Who says I can't handle them at my worst? I'm just going to save him from the Wicked Witch. I'm just going to spread good in the world.
By taking a monkey. Also, another thing, this monkey's going to fling poo. And what are you doing about that? Because that's not spouse material.
I'm just making sure that I'm immune to all germs. It's good for me.
Also, it's kind of weird. You picked sidekick henchmen both times so far.
These aren't main character energies.
They're not giving I'm a monster who's in control of my own destiny. I'm someone who sits around going, ooh, ooh, ah, waiting for a witch to tell me what to do.
Well, Benny from Halloween Town has his own job, probably owns his own company, his own cab, You
don't know that.
Who is the cocaine wizard of Colombia?
What?
Pablo Escobar?
Pablo Escobar? Yeah, Pablo Escobar made his billions off of his taxi company.
There
So
you go.
what's Billy up to? Boggy? What's this motherfucker's name?
Benny.
Benny. What's Benny up
Did you say
to?
Boggy?
Yep. I've been looking at monsters all day. Yeah, I don't know. I think you would get bored.
I think this is one of the lamest ones. They can't even like talk.
Yikes.
They're like
They
they're
communicate.
terrible.
You know, we support and respect different types of communication styles.
Oh my god. All right, well, Cara's learning sign language for this relationship. So.
And I'm teaching my monkey husband sign language, apparently.
Yup. Wow. -1.
I saw it coming.
I'm just really not convinced this monkey would make marriage last. I don't know why. I'm just not convinced.
Listen, they do what you want. They clearly see right and wrong. They can carry me away with their big wings, and
They're not
they
big
have
though.
a
They're
built-in
pretty.
friendware.
They're pretty small. They're smaller than like a human.
Yeah.
One can carry a dog, and 2 can carry a human.
So
According to the
you're
movie.
gonna-
Him and his bestie, you know?
Bruh.
This is a terrible life. This is a terrible marriage. I'm gonna say it. Terrible marriage.
We'll see. I'll be here for you.
What if it's not me marrying them, which was never my intention for this list, and it's just a monkey being married, period, to somebody?
I still don't think it'll work. And when this goes south, we'll be there for you.
Yeah. Or the Wicked Witch of the West. I don't know.
Yeah, I got a lot to get to my monkey husband in that situation. Gotta defeat evil casually.
What's your number 2? Mario?
My number 2 monster that could make a marriage last is Medusa.
Nice. Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah. One,
she's on my long list.
In a literal sense, she could just turn her husband to stone and then they be lasting. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Yes.
That's literally what Grayson said.
Yes, I do. I loved it.
Yeah. So that's done. Yeah, I had a hard time not picking ones that were just like literal make a marriage last.
Yeah.
But also Medusa is a feminist. She would be fighting misogyny. She would have a very good spouse, I think. Like whether the spouse was male, female, non-binary, whatever. Like Medusa is certainly somebody who would like stand on her own, but it'd be like in kind of one of those ways where she's never going to bullshit you. She's always going to tell you the truth, but she's there for you. She's there to back you up. And you know that she can get along with people because she has to get along with like 25 snakes always on her head. Like that takes negotiating. That's not like something that you can just do. Like she has had to learn a lot of skills and compromise to make that work and still be hot. So,
and to not be insane. So
yeah.
Hearing all of that. I'm pretty sure I don't know. Don't ask me what her story is, but I'm pretty sure it's tragic. So I feel like she deserves a happy ending.
So originally she's part of the Gorgon sisters, but there's a later version of the myth where she was a maiden, but then like Poseidon, had sex with her. And then he did it in Athena's temple, and Athena is like famously a virgin. And so then Athena punished Medusa.
What the hell?
Classic. I know.
Athena's not very nice in like any of the stories.
And she's like, I'm making your beautiful hair into snakes. And, and then she gets beheaded at some point.
Oh, yeah.
That's like the end of her story. So, yeah, it's not exactly a happy story, but I do think that she would have a great, great time. Fun fact, the child that came from Medusa and Poseidon, when she was beheaded, Pegasus rose from her.
Oh.
And that's fucking sweet. So you're a monster with venomous snakes on you on the outside, but on the inside, you're a beautiful, loving winged horse. And that's Medusa.
That's beautiful.
She's hard as stone on the outside, soft on the inside.
Yeah, and you've proven you can handle her at her worst for however little amount of time before you turn into stone.
Snakes biting you, like just giving you a little nip while things are happening. There's somebody who would really like that. Not me. That'd be crazy.
Is that why you brought it up with such sensual voice?
I'm just saying that I think the bedroom part of life would be interesting as well as Medusa with the snakes in play.
I think it'd be interesting for sure. Can you imagine like the little snake tongues though? Like
yeah.
But it would be like so it's like ASMR for touch.
Yeah, it's like
know?
feather light. It's like just the right amount of pressure.
No.
And multiple tongues hitting one area.
And we know that I Hydra from episode 1.
Yeah, no.
Drowning in them, love it. Do I get a point for no counterpoints on this one?
Yeah. Yeah, I think you do.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah.
Plus
now
one.
Let's take it to our sponsors.
Wow.
This week's sponsor, number 3, is Grayson, our sound engineer and producer. Thank you, Grayson.
Snaps.
Our number 2 sponsor is Greek mythology for creating the best monsters that scare us to this day.
I like that with Medusa, they recognize that monsters are created and that people have the ability to create monsters. And I think that's a very fascinating concept. And they knew that, like, that we control that side of things.
That they don't just like exist or like appear. There's a reason why, yes, we create monsters. And our number 1 sponsor is that party where Mary Shelley and Lord Byron and other people were hanging out and they were like, I bet I can write a better scary story than you. And Mary Shelley was like, no, you can't. And she wrote Frankenstein. So
oh my God.
Did that actually happen?
yeah.
Huh.
What were the other stories?
Not good comparatively.
That is a great tidbit of information.
Mary Shelley was 20 years old and she made the bet with her future husband, Percy Shelley,
Oh.
Cute.
and Lord Byron to write a horror story.
Okay. Thanks, Mary. This is actually a great segue to my number 1. Thanks, Mary. Unsurprisingly, Frankenstein's monster is my number 1 for monsters that can make a marriage last.
Tell us why.
He's intelligent and he's kind. In the book, don't think about how this could be creepy, but he he like is watching this family who's got a cottage in the woods, and he like helps clear the snow out of the path and like gets firewood for them. And then the father is blind, and so he like tries to make a connection, and at first he only like comes in when the father's home, and then one day the rest of the same family sees him, and then the family moves out the next day.
Oh, that's so sad.
His life is pretty sad. But also in the book, he demands that Frankenstein will make him a bride or a mate. And so I really feel like that shows like he's in it to win it. And I guess my con for this man is that I would be his only friend. And so that's kind of a big con there. It'd be a little difficult.
I don't like, I'm going to pick at he had somebody make a wife for him because, you know, we want strong, independent partners that can be happy on their own. So,
but he was being rejected by all of society. It's a classic, again, like they made the monster because he was nice and he just wanted to be accepted. And they wouldn't accept him.
He kept getting hurt. And like his final straw was one of the humans like shot him in the shoulder as he like saved this kid from drowning. And he was like, here's your kid that I saved. And the person shot him.
Oh my God.
And then he vowed revenge.
That's so sad.
So he's got drive.
I didn't know that. He's got drive. Yeah.
I didn't know any of that either because I've never read this book.
Oh, okay. I was impressed.
Thank you. I looked The Sparks notes.
This is giving me like Beowulf
Yeah,
vibes.
Grendel. Grendel
Yeah.
was on my short list as well. It's very similar.
Yeah.
Of like,
I didn't know. I couldn't remember enough about Grendel to put him on
but
my
Grendel
list.
did like not great stuff. Like he wasn't out there doing good deeds that could have, changed people's minds. He was like ransacking the village every night. So, but out of anger, of rejection from society. So it's a little bit of like chicken or the egg situation with Grendel, which is why I couldn't put him on my list.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
that's fair.
Good choice, Mara.
Frankenstein's a better. Yeah.
I like him.
Cara?
My number one is Nazguls from Lord of the Rings. One of the Mara, do you want to explain what a Nazgul is?
They're
Wait, no.
I can do it.
This is her thing.
right.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, for
Let's hear it,
those of
Cara.
you that don't know, a Nazgul is somebody that there is 9 of them, right? And they used to follow Sauron, and they got sucked into.
Still follow Sauron.
Well, at the end, he dies. And so these Nazguls were king's men that got corrupted by the power of the rings that they held, and now they're kind of like half human. In the movies, they're like half human, like human-esque creatures.
Yeah, they're like in the in between.
Yeah.
They're neither living nor dead.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure.
I think that's the case. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I think this is my 4-point presentation on why a Nazgul would be a good husband is, 1, they're humble. They fell from power, right? They used to be these like incredible kings that were rich and powerful and beautiful and all these, and now they're just riding along trying to fulfill somebody else's role, but they are now humbled. Number 2, they can ride horses, which in my book is freaking dope. Number
Love
3,
it.
rich, still kings, so they got lots of money. And number 4, last but not least, they are committed to what they care about. So kind of like the dragon. And I came up with that point before Marion was talking. They are committed. So if you can convince them that you are better than this thing that they corrupted themselves for, then you would have a wonderful marriage.
I have a couple things.
Okay. Me too.
Number 1, I think they would bring you some really good jewelry home.
Yeah.
Because they obviously know how to pick some good rings. And then number 2, there is a con. They're like completely devoted to Sauron. I guess he's dead, but like...
we have to assume these guys we have to assume all monsters at the height of their monstrosity. Like if they die, that's different. Like they're not.
So
I think them being dedicated to Sauron is a huge part of their identity.
I'm really
they're forced into it because Sauron holds their rings captive, and so they literally can't disobey him.
Yeah.
They like lack the power anymore to disobey him
because men are weak.
My qualms with this, the first is that apparently they can't cross water. And I feel like that's a problem. Like,
how are you gonna get places?
Yeah.
They have little
bridges.
flying.
We got boats.
No, they can't cross the water, Cara.
They can't walk over a bridge. Yes, they can.
What is the thing that they fly on? Can they get on that?
Fly. They ride a horseback, I thought.
I think one of them has like a dragon looking thing.
Like, yeah,
you're right.
Thing.
You're right. Because when he's at the tower thing.
Name.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he like flies over the armies occasionally.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good point. He must be the king of kings.
Again,
must be like one river in Middle Earth.
You picked a henchman again. It's why are you're picking these things that are like devoted to somebody who's not gonna be their spouse. Like these guys are gonna like go off and do terrible things, horrible deeds in the name of Sauron.
And then ride their horses back.
If Sauron was like, kill your spouse, they'd be like, sure. That's a problem.
Well, in my defense, this is Nazgul's post Sauron.
No,
And
no.
Winged Monkeys past post.
You can't do post.
Nah.
You have to do in it. Oh, mine's Grendel post dead. He'll make a great spouse. He'll never complain. Like,
Yeah.
Grayson says they can cross the water. That's why when the hobbits escaped over the river, it was pertinent information that the nearest crossing was Bridge 20 miles from there.
Bridge.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. Bridge.
So they had to
can
go
cross
20
one.
miles out of their way.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
cool.
they just
That
can't
would
directly
be
cross it.
ridiculous. I was
Well,
Also,
but also they were in that river when the big, like flood came from the.
oh my god, because movie
Elf.
it looked good.
But they touched.
Are you
one.
thinking of The Hobbit?
No, she's thinking
Okay.
of the Fellowship of the Rings,
Yeah, Mara.
like
thank
the
you.
first hour of the movie.
She's watched the first hour. Also, their main thing is terror. And I don't think that's good for a relationship. Like, they're
That's
going to
not
terrorize
healthy.
you. Like, that's their go-to back. Their little lizard brain is like, when something's not going my way, I'm going to terrorize the thing and make them afraid. So if you're in a disagreement with this thing, it's like, it's going to scare you because that's its purpose.
I think we're differentiating because you think that this is in the world of Sauron. In my mind, I picked this because it's post Sauron.
They exist in the world of Sauron. They are no longer what they are if Sauron doesn't exist.
Great, that's what I
Yeah.
want.
That's not the monster.
That's
Minus
a
one.
redeemed person.
Minus one. I'm throwing it out there. You can't.
It's okay. They were on my long list, Cara. I did
Really?
think about them. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
But then she had the good sense to leave them off the actual list.
well, she gave herself more than 10 minutes, so that was a good call.
Thank you. What's yours?
I've debated this one.
I'm nervous.
I have a lot of honorable mentions that I feel like could have filled this spot.
Oh my god.
But I think I'm gonna go with Davy Jones.
Oh,
Ew.
that's such a good
Ew.
one.
Ew.
Not
You chose a spider.
yeah.
Yep. And that's my man. I'm gonna stand by him.
You could go for like obviously Pirates of the Caribbean Davy Jones, but Davy Jones has like a long lore even before that. What I like about this is, again, literally he could make the marriage last. He's gonna make you an undead ghoul. He's king of the roost. He's got lots of loyal servants. He's got a sprawling domain. Because basically anything under the sea counts as Davy Jones' locker. So like you get to explore the sea all the time whenever you want, and everything answers to Davy Jones. Also, I feel like Davy Jones would be the type that if you were interested in like the different sailors or people that get lost at sea, like Davy Jones would be chill with it. Like Davy Jones does like he's too like wrapped up in things to really care what you do on your own time. So that's going to be good for like the lasting of this marriage. Is Davy Jones will be there for you, but also I think would have I get the vibe he'd have a very loose oversight of things. Fun fact about
He's got a lot to do.
Yes.
So probably.
yes.
You're just like a nice little benefit.
Yeah. Like he doesn't need a wife. He doesn't need a wife. Like
He's probably got 7.
and he's busy being being the jail. Well, he doesn't have a wife.
1 in each sea.
He's never had a wife,
Hey.
but
Oh,
or
really?
a spouse in general. I don't want to assume Davy Jones' sexuality, but
His pet is the Kraken, right?
I think
He
in
controls it. I don't know if it's
Pirates
pet.
it is.
Okay.
Also on Pirates, they're on the Flying Dutchman. Basically, Pirates 2 was like, let's just combine like all of the sea lore
Sea stories.
and put it all together. And because like the Flying Dutchman is separate technically from Davy Jones, and anyway,
Okay.
but they have combined it. Yeah, so maybe at least he's got the Kraken, which that's dope. I would love to have a Kraken pet. That's sick.
A killer pet that when it
So he's considered old Davy Jones, like pre the end of sailing as we know it, and pre pirates. He is like considered the sailor's devil. And when they try to think about like why he's named Davy Jones, basically the idea is that Jones used to be Jonah, like from the Bible.
Oh.
Wait, from what? What'd you say, Mara?
The Bible.
Yes.
I said, yeah.
So, because Jonah died in the sea, right? He drowned or whatever?
No.
Or what happened to him?
Jonah spent 3 days and nights in a whale. And then he doesn't die.
Well,
he like spits him out.
Anyway, they associate Jonah, the ghost of Jonah. So there is something going on there where they believe Jonah ended up in the ocean. But basically, they think that locker was referring to like any receptacle for private stores, like, a bread locker, chain locker. And so the whole ocean is his locker. And I guess West Indian people used to call a ghost or spirit a Duffy. So it would have been Duffy Jones locker and then eventually morphed into Davy Jones locker. So there's also something going on here where like you're dating Jonah. You're dating like somebody who has like this kind of biblical goodness to them, I assume. I don't know the Jonah story, but he's a good guy, right?
I have the story.
I actually don't know.
Okay, what's the story?
It says the story of Jonah has great theological import. That is a terrible sentence. It concerns a disobedient prophet who rejected his divine commission, was cast overboard in a storm and swallowed by a great fish, rescued in a marvelous manner and returned to his starting point. Now he obeys and goes to Nineveh?
He was
the capital of Israel's ancient.
Vomited out. The whale vomited him out.
I don't think he was a good dude. I think he learned a lesson from God.
He was a dissenter, which we like. We like someone who doubts, thinks for himself.
There you go.
Yeah, I can spin this anyway.
But then God was like, hey, listen. And he was like, oh, okay.
I mean, when something greater than you comes out and shows you the light and captured, if you were captured for 3 days in the belly of a whale, but you're not dead yet, would you not be like, no, God, please,
girl, you real? I'm here for you.
And I think it's pretty cool that he became Satan of the sea. That's dope. He was like, I got a new job. I'm ruler of this roost.
Yeah. Okay, it clicked that the Jonah that was in the whale was part of the Davy Jones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
Duffy Jonah's locker.
Yeah.
Shortened.
He got swallowed by a whale for some early atheists thinking, and then became the devil. I like that. I like that there's more than one little devil around.
Yeah.
It's cute.
He's a mover.
I don't
He's
know
a
how
shaker.
I feel about that statement at all. Yeah. I don't like that there's one. I don't like that there's more than one. And I definitely don't like that Mara thinks it's cute. Because it's not. It's not cute.
Oh, man.
Cara hates monsters with agency. She's like, if they're not being told exactly what to do all the time, like this reveals so much about your psyche. You're like, oh, I want a spouse who just like goes along with whatever I say and just head down.
Here we go.
Normally I think you can psychologically analyze my answers. I really don't think you should this time.
It's coming out. I like that one.
That's a good one.
Cute
I like the story.
Davy Jones.
Yeah.
What does he look like if not for tentacle beard? Like what are we working with here outside of pirates?
There's this like really horrific picture from 1832 where how do I show this to you? I'll put it in the WhatsApp chat. 1 second.
What's up, chat?
He looks like he's got like a beast pelt on of just like hair, and then he's got 2 horns and like really big eyes, but he is wearing like pilgrim buckle shoes, and that's the weirdest part. I think, if he wasn't wearing those shoes, he'd look a little less unnerving.
Hands? Oh, okay, sorry. I thought the sleeves were his hands and they were looking like elephant snouts. So
I sent a different one.
Here's if you go to that Wikipedia and you just scroll down to the second picture, you can kind of get an idea of what I'm talking about.
Oh my God.
Whoa.
Oh, your Davy Jones is crazy, Cara.
Yeah.
I love that. Look at his cow
Oh, that's the one
head.
I was looking at. Yeah.
I feel like that's how I would picture it, is like, he looks like he is the devil of the sea. You know, he's got like, yeah. There's no messing with this dude.
Okay.
That is a husband that shall be respected.
We love him.
Mars like, sign me up. I'm a mail order ride.
Okay,
Where do I go?
Thank God we
convinced
vet your
me.
men.
Sold. Sold to Davy Jones.
Ooh.
An ex-Catholic.
Yeah, well, me and Jonah be getting it down.
Down to the bottom of the sea. Any honorable... Were you doing like an...
Jellyfish.
Okay, but the... Was that like...
That was me diving in. That was like diving to the
Okay.
bottom.
I was like, is that an implosion reference? Because too soon.
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, they brought it up today, which, Jesus Christ,
Who brought it
waste
up?
of money. I don't know, whatever motherfucker's paying to go down there and retrieve the
Oh, I think it's the U.S.
wreckage.
Army? I thought it was the Navy.
Rude as hell.
Also, when this is released, this will be like 9 months ago.
Oh, right. So it's fine. It's fine to make a reference. Any honorable mentions? At first, I was thinking Groot. Here's my short list of like good monsters that would. So Groot is number 3. He is very like protective. He is eternal. He can always regrow. He's sustainable. Loves the ecosystem. Doesn't talk a lot. Like he's got a lot of good things going. Very reliable.
Says a lot with little words.
Why he would be at my number 3 is because he like has this like relationship with Rocket that I think it would kind of be awkward and get in the way of your marriage. So I'm not so sure about that part. Also, when Groot like kind of dies and is reborn, he's like a baby and then a teenager, and that's got some weird implications to it. Like, how would your marriage continue on? So that's why he's number 3.
Mommy girlfriend.
Mommy girlfriend. Exactly.
It's a whole cycle.
And we don't want to get into that. Is the true horror of a marriage in this podcast. The second one was a phoenix.
Never heard of her.
What?
A phoenix?
So, like Dumbledore's bird is a phoenix. They like go to ash and then rebirth.
Oh, I thought you were saying a name, a phoenix.
Oh, that's okay. I mean, that's a. Yeah.
Where is that from?
No, these don't seem like monsters to me. These just seem like creatures.
Well, Groot.
Well, she said nice monsters.
Yeah.
But why are they a monster?
Because they're abnormally
Groot is definitely a monster. If your Benny counts as a monster, Groot counts as a monster. Like, for sure.
Is Groot an alien? Because I almost put something on my list, but then I was like, no, I can't do that one because it's an alien.
I did, like, consider that. But is he not an experiment? Like...
Oh, like Rocket is, and that's why they bond? I actually don't know.
Yeah. I didn't take the time to look it up because I felt like... Yeah, I mean, it's a good question. That's also why I didn't put Phoenix, because I thought... Is this just a mythical creature?
Yeah.
Groot is an extraterrestrial tree monster. So
okay, so like
that's how they describe him.
Technically an alien.
Gucci. Alien but monster.
A phoenix is from Greek mythology, so like I think you could very much argue that it's a monster. But my number one, which is a monster but is good, is Totoro from My Neighbor Totoro.
Yes.
I almost put him on.
He was too nice.
He's this like forest spirit who's like really big and very like fun and cute.
He's a big Yeah. I thought you might have No Face on your list.
I mean, I already used No Face.
I know.
You know?
Yeah.
And also, I was trying to think more of like general monsters because I figured we would have a lot of like movie or TV references. So I was like, oh, when I think of monsters, like if I'm thinking of general monsters.
Yeah.
That are in like different mythologies. What am I thinking of?
I gotta give a shout out to my man, James P. Sullivan, or Sully, from Monsters Inc.
That was on my short list.
My husband, my boo.
Yeah.
I love him. But also, I considered putting the Mummy on my list.
like the thing with the mouth?
Because, like, I mean, monster, but also, like, literally got punished to death for love and then made sure that he couldn't, like, the love was never gonna die. He was like, we're not done, we have unfinished business, and then makes it so that he can come back.
That is a very good point, except for in The Mummy 2, there is a moment where, well, I guess it's not his fault though. So in The Mummy 2, turns out their love is superficial because both he and Rick O'Connell are on this cliff's edge and they're about to like fall into the abyss and it's raining down, like everything's being destroyed. And the mummy, Imhotep, he's like, an ox and a moon, help me, help me. And she's too scared to risk her own life, so she runs away. And then he dies again for like the 4th time or whatever. And then, but Evie risks her life to save Rick O'Connell. So there's like this foil between the two couples. So maybe he could make a marriage last, but could he pick the right partner?
Damn. Oh, our poor little boy. Must protect him.
Yeah, as he throws plagues over Egypt and kills people.
Yeah. I also considered Roz from Monsters Inc. She's she was secretly a secret agent the whole time, so she can keep a secret, which is good.
It's so important in a marriage.
One. Yeah.
Number
those
one.
Are all my honorable
caveat,
mentions.
none of us are married.
A secret. Yeah. No.
I just I tell my partner secrets just to see if he can keep them, just as a test, you know? Because I need to know that this is the most important thing. As we all know, if you can't keep a secret, you will not have a marriage that lasts. Number one.
Yeah. Well, maybe, I mean, if you're...
Cara, like, can't tell if I'm joking or not. She's like...
I'm trying to decide many things. One, if that's true. Two, what secrets you might have told Matt that just straight up aren't true, just to see what's going on, you know?
I'm joking. I'm just having a little folly over here, a little jokey wokey. Because, like Mara said, as one of the pluses for Roz, that she could keep a secret. Like, that means anything to a marriage.
Mostly, I just don't want you spouting shit off at the worst possible moment to people that just don't need to know.
Dirty laundry stays in the house.
I don't think that's, like, a deal breaker, though, for me. If I am...
Yeah.
Like, if someone can't keep a secret, okay, I just won't tell them.
But it's your partner for life. In some of these situations, for fucking literally ever.
Well, then if they can't keep a secret, then, like, I'll just live with that. Like, it's not the end of the world. Like, what secret would be so damaging that if they couldn't keep it, that's a huge...
I agree.
She just can keep her fucking mouth shut. It's nice. Apparently it's a pro for me. New secret unlocked over here.
New secret about the secrets.
Yeah.
Any honorable mentions, Cara? Any other henchmen you forgot to mention?
Literally no.
Damn.
Nope. I wrote down the words werewolf, Sully Monsters Inc., siren,
siren, yeah.
Golden? Gollum.
That's a terrible one.
Pennywise was on my list to research to see if I could defend it. There was a lot I was researching to be like, is this even? And then a lot
defendable.
Yeah, and they're not. Fun fact.
Yeah,
I will.
Yeah. It was difficult.
I will give a shout out to Grayson. He used Medusa. That was his first suggestion to me, and for the exact same reason that Marion listed. So
yeah,
somebody had to say it.
That's because it's a clear winner.
It's good. It's solid. It holds true.
Any other points?
Yeah. I feel like I mean I can't take another point away from Cara for the same reason.
Go ahead. You're fine. I know what I am this week.
I don't think Cara's in the running this week.
No. Oh my god.
Should I pull Amara and just declare that I've won?
Yeah, I think so.
Yes.
Do it. You won't. Do it.
I am
Do it.
this week's winner.
The loser. Oh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'll get you a balloon.
I know all of the spouses that were the monster. I know all of the monsters that would make the best spouses. I think I should win because I converted Mara on Davy Jones. And
I was you did talk me into him. It was a literal sales pitch, and by the end of it, I was like, I'm here for him.
That's
I
true.
love him. I want to go find fanfic about him.
I thought you were
what
gonna,
I want to do.
I thought you were gonna. Oh my god! I thought you were gonna say I want to go jump in the river, like jump in the ocean.
No, I'm not suicidal today. So,
Well, you
Not
live
ever.
forever
It's fine.
as a half human. No big deal.
Oh my god.
I think
I
the
waited
living
ye-
forever thing is like not freaking you guys out enough.
I just like it's just so far removed from any reality.
But also, if you're with the person that you love who can make a marriage last, is living
Who
forever
said anything
terrible?
about love? We're talking about marriage.
Is in your lasting marriage, is there love?
No, in her lasting marriage, there's a lot of poop getting flung around.
In one scenario.
God. At least you didn't pick a hippo. Because the poop. The poop. It's the poop. It was poop related.
Tell us more.
Hippos? Monsters?
Hippos, when they shit, their tail goes in a circle and it literally fans the poop.
In the water, right? I just
No,
learned from
on land.
Lucas and Amanda were recently here, and they started me on the Barack Obama National Park docu-series thing, and I learned through that hippos are actually a keystone species because they poop in the water and then they fling it around, and it is like the basis for a lot of animals, ecology. What am I trying to say? Environment?
The like little life that's in the river.
Yeah.
Just to clarify Mara's fact, male hippos mark their territory with their poop. So they spin their
thank
tail to fling the poop far and wide.
Instant update. Love it.
Instant update.
Okay.
All right.
Wow, that's so cool.
Congratulations, Marion.
Yeah.
Thanks. This has been My Top Everything. I'm your winner and your host, Marion.
I'm Cara. I'm your super loser this week.
Oh my god, coming in at second with a hot takes is Mara. Me, I'm Mara.
That moment when you forget your own name.
Yeah, it happens more than I like.
See you next time. Thank you for listening. Email us at mytopeverythingpodcast@gmail.com. Bye. You always do the Nickelodeon theme.
Me? I do?
Yeah.
I don't
You
even
did that in the last episode too. That I just edited. Where you're like,
wow.
ba-da-ba-ba-ba-da-ba-ba.
Is that
That's Nickelodeon. Yeah, were you gonna say
I'm
McDonald's, Mara? Because we were about to have the exact same conversation that we had at